I don't think somebody wants to stand there for hours just for a free bite to eat, because they're free offloaders. Everyone's got issues. You know, there's people that are living in hostels, there are people that are being abused in their own house, there are people that have got mental health issues. You know, there's one guy that's, you know, I was talking to him and I said, don't take this the wrong way, but you don't look homeless to me. He goes, I'm not, because I live in a £500,000 house, paid off, got no mortgage, I've got money. He goes, but I'm lonely. He goes, this is the only place I get to come to talk, that people talk to me. It's not just the line of homeless people that are living on the streets of London. It's people who have got some serious issues.
You know, every time I see that film, I tell you this every time, I feel really emotional because it's just, there's so many reasons for why people are homeless and on the streets and in poverty. And we've obviously got Jasvinder here as well. So can you share some of your experiences of what it's like to be on the streets? So, ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ streets थे कैसा था?
जी स्ट्रीट थे बहुत हार्ड था काम, बाहर सोते थे, कभी कभी तो बारिश आती थी, वो सोने के लिए जगह नहीं होती थी, तो कभी तो बिन में सोना पड़ता था, तो कभी कभी कहीं भी जगह मिल गई वहाँ चले जाते थे। लेकिन इससे बहुत हार्ड है बाहर सोने के लिए, होमलेस के लिए। तो पाजी उन्होंने हमारी बड़ी हेल्प की है, या SWAT वाले ने हमारे आते थे जहाँ पर हम सोते थे, हमारे लिए खाना लेकर आते थे और हमारे लिए कपड़े भी देते थे सोने के लिए कि ठंडी ना हो, ठंडा ना लग जाए। तो इन लोगों पाजी उन्होंने बहुत सारी हेल्प की थी, होमलेस थे कर दे तो खाना भी देते थे शाम को रात को जब भी उठते थे, सारा कुछ मतलब इन्होंने पाजी ने बहुत सारी हेल्प की थी।
And if you didn't have Randeep and his team's help, what would you have done?
तो फिर तो हमारी कोई किसी ने हेल्प ही नहीं की थी ना, बस इन लोगों ने हमारी हेल्प किया, कोई किसी ने नहीं हमारा हाथ पकड़ा, कोई बाहर सो और किसी ने, इन लोगों ने आकर हमारी हेल्प की है बस, तो अभी भी करते हैं ये लोग।
Yeah, this is a very emotional show today actually, but thank you for sharing your experiences with us, and I think that will hit home with a lot of our viewers as well, to see, you know, what somebody goes through. It's not easy at all. We've heard Jasvinder's story, but what are some of the stories that people come and tell you that have shocked you?
You know,
I mean, they're all shocking, of course.
They're all they're all shocking. I'll share a story with you which is one of the most shocking for me. Two guys living under a bridge. You know, they're in Southall. They go to work. They're earning 30 to 40, maybe even £50 a day sometimes.
Right.
And I'm like, you know, for the last 6 months, I've seen these guys. They come back to the bridge, but they're earning money, and I'm asking them, Baji, why is it that you're working and you keep coming back to the bridge? And you know, for that 6 months, it's like, what can I say to you? Maki dasa. They wouldn't tell me. And then one night, it was very late at night, I saw them, they had had a drink, so they're a bit tipsy, and I stopped the van, and I said, why are you going back to the bridge? Look how cold it is.
Yeah.
And one of them said, look, I'll tell you why. I've got 4 daughters that I need to get married in India. And the other one, he had 3 daughters. So what they've said is basically that I'd rather sacrifice my house and live on the streets and send the money back to India so we make sure our girls get married. Because if they haven't got money to marry their girls off, they're not going to get nobody's going to want the family. Nobody's going to want, you know, they're going to think these are poor. We're not interested in their girls. Because India, you know, even probably here, that still happens. So these guys are living on the streets. They're sacrificing themselves, sending money to India, and they'd rather sleep with rats.
Gosh.
And that's, you know, that's one of the most shocking that really.
That is. And what about in general, and maybe even the non-Asian community?
Okay, so the general people that we meet, a lot of people we meet who have got, we've got mental health issues. You know, it's really it's affecting a lot of people nowadays, you know, the stress of everything. We've got people who, drugs is a big issue, alcohol is a massive issue, is homelessness, gambling.
Okay, so these are some of the reasons why they end up homeless.
Yeah.
Okay.
So gamblers end up homeless, personal family disputes. Yeah, they end up homeless. Financial issues, work issues.
And you know, these people who come, who you've met, now people have this stereotype that, oh, you know, they're a druggie or they're an alkie, they're a gambler. Kind of, why should we help them? But they're very much normal people, aren't they?
They are absolutely normal people. They are normal people.
Yeah.
Why should you help them? Good question. Why should you help them? Why shouldn't you help? Why shouldn't you help them? Is the question you really should be asking. Not why should you? You know, if you believe in God, if you believe that you should be looking after God's creation, then they're part of God's creation. If you're going to have a pet in your home, and you're going to have pet insurance, and you're going to look after it, and you're going to groom it, at least we can do that with our own human beings. We're taught this religiously. We're taught this to look after people. So we need to put this into practice.
Yeah. Okay, and so talking of mental health issues, if somebody came to you and used your services and they said they had mental health issues, how would you deal with that? Because it's one thing being homeless and in poverty, but it's another thing having mental health issues. What do you do?
Okay, so mental health issues, again, drug issues, alcohol issues, anybody who comes to us and says, I have got a mental health issue, it's going to be difficult for me to sit with that person and say, because I'm not a mental health expert, so we haven't got the ability to help the person. But what we have got is we've got a team in place where we can refer them to. So what we've done is we've established relationships with agencies, drug agencies, alcohol agencies, mental health agencies, immigration.
Wow. Right.
So if they come to us, we'll refer them to the right people and make sure we follow it up with them.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
And also, we were talking about within the Asian community, they don't like to say they're homeless. Even just in poverty or feeling, the pinch in their pockets, because, obviously we did face a triple recession, so people are finding it hard. So talking of that pride and shame, how do we get people to open up about it and seek help?
Do you know what? That's a very difficult question, because Indians are very proud people. They're very thick-skinned. No matter how much you try and explain to them, because some people, they might present themselves as homeless, and when you say this is where you need to go for help, they won't go because of the pride. So I'm not really sure.
Okay.
I think, if somebody, you're not there to judge anybody, you're not there to force anybody, and if they come to you, the only thing you can do is you can just keep advising them, but with love, with pyar.
And we do have a short clip of somebody who's really happy to be using your services and proud to say that they use them as well. So we have a short clip here of somebody who has used the services provided by Randeep and his team and shows that they are very happy for the services provided to them.
I'm very grateful and thankful for the fact that the SWAT team, they come to us on the coldest night when it's freezing cold, and it's not about the food so much, it's about the love of God that they show us. And then you realize it's a blessing, and you realize that they care for us and God cares for us. You make our cold and our desolateness and our homelessness a wee bit happy, and we feel comfortable in our heart. You can't change everything, but you make us feel comfortable. That says a lot. Thank you.
So that's somebody there who's really happy, and that you were there for them. And people who use your services, when they show that gratitude, how does it feel?
Yeah, it feels good. It does feel good, I'm not going to lie. But then very quickly, the gratitude from us goes to God.
Right, okay.
So we give
Very
all
humble.
credit. We give all credit to God. He's placed us and picked us to do this seva. So we have to remain humble at all times.
Okay. Jaswinder, I want to before we go to a break, I want to ask you, what are you going to do next? What are you hoping to do? Like, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ? ਹੁਣ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਹੋਈ ਆ, ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਕਰੋਗੇ?
ਕਰਨਾ ਕਿ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ?
ਹੁਣ ਭਾਜੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਰੂਮ ਵੀ ਲੱਭ ਕੇ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਭਾਜੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਹੁਣ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਰੂਮ ਵੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਭ ਕੇ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੰਮ ਵੀ ਮਿਲ ਗਿਆ I'm so very happy because ਇਹਨੇ ਭਾਜੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮੇਰੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੈਲਪ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ
I think eventually he wants to go back to India.
Yeah.
Long term.
Yeah.
His plan is to go back to India.
Okay.
Which is what we recommend to people who are here looking for the gold.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're off the streets, and I'm, glad about the work that you've done. And we will continue our discussion after the break. We are going to take a short break now. I hope that you have felt motivated and encouraged to want to help people who are in poverty and in homelessness as well. But we will continue our discussion after the break.